Hey guys, Doc, and real quick video on my flower beds that I'm doing little by little. I'm not trying to do them all at once, but I figured I'd do this one section off the patio right here, and how I'm going to incorporate some fertilizer and some humichar. So hold on one sec. Are you watching the birdies? Oh, there might be some lizards and some squirrels. Oh, we might see all kinds of good stuff today. Hey guys, if you haven't watched, Humichar, by the way, is available finally after months on Amazon. So there should be plenty up there. So if you want, I'll put it in the description below. I'll link to everything I'm talking about today. Humichar is one of those things. And of course, click subscribe because all the cute, beautiful people subscribe. In one of the last videos, I showed you the vegetable garden and how we made our miracle soil, our super soil, where we're not using any fertilizer this year. All we're doing is mixing in humichar, spraying in super juice with a micro pack, and putting in organic matter. And basically what it does is it breaks down that organic matter and it produces its own food. And I showed you the charts from Clemson soil test. I showed you the results of my plants that started off at about 8 inches and now they're like at 30 inches after 3 weeks with tomatoes on them already. It's incredible. But today I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I really don't care too much about these. These are just, I believe these are just annual flowers. So all I'm doing, I believe these are lantana plants. There are 3 lantana plants which are supposed to be perennials, but I only see one tiny little bloom. So maybe they need a little more heat. So I'm going to leave those dead roots in there. They look dead even though they're alive. And then I'm going to plant some other flowers around it and we'll see what happens. I didn't spend much money on them, but they'll look good in case these don't come up. But what I'm doing, let me show you the mix I'm putting in here. So basically what I've done is I've pulled most of my mulch off here and I've dug up and mixed up my soil all around these 3 sort of dead looking lantanas. And now all I'm doing is I'm taking a mix. I'm just taking a mix of humichar, and then I had a little bit of PGF Complete. Let me show you what this looks like. So I would say it's 80% Humichar, 20% PGF Complete. And I'm just using what I have. PGF Complete is a 412 and it has all your micros, has all your macros, so it's good for all general plants. It's fine. The Humichar will get inside there, the humic acid will get inside there. But this time I'm putting it in dry. I'm not putting it in wet. Now in the last one we sort of mixed it into a mulch. But I wanted to show you how you could sort of, and in another video I showed you how to mix up the wet and apply it to existing plants. So this is a dry application. I don't want to put too much dry fertilizer into soil, a very, very small amount. So all I'm doing is, let me just show you since I've already done it. So all I'm doing is I'm just taking some of this and I'm going to be putting plants around these dead these dormant lantanas, we'll call them. And I'm just sprinkling a whole bunch of this stuff, just dumping it on, and then all I'm doing is just sort of cutting it in. I'm just sort of cutting it in to the soil, loosening up this soil, cutting it in, and that's pretty much it. So now I've cut this in. I've got it about 8 inches to where the root zones are going to be. It's going to be there. It's going to have biochar, humic acid, a little bit of fertilizer. I can plant my plants and I'll be all set to go. Okay, so that's all done. Like I said, I don't know if that lantana is going to come back up or not. If it comes up, then it'll grow up in between them, and if it doesn't, then these will sort of grow up and fill up around it. The Jack Russell always tries to jump in here and get bees, so as these grow, I might have to put up a real barrier for her. But I think that'll look good. We just wanted something simple right there. So last week I did a video about the wet mixture, and these knockouts have had the wet mixture. Now we had a bad storm last night, by the way. This rose plant has had them. Look at that. And it is just cranking out roses. Oh, what are these? These are, what are those? Milky weed plants? I think those are milky weed butterfly plants. I treated them. I basically treated everything, all my lilies and everything that was coming up. So these are over 30 inches tall. And 3.5 weeks ago, they were about 8 inches. And no fertilizer, just that magical soil we made. And then that yellow squash is absolutely huge. Just to give you some idea how big these are. Now these were about 5 inches when I planted them 3.5 weeks ago. Look at that. Same thing here. These things were about 8 inches, and they all have tomatoes. But I tell you, she's wanting to go in the flowers. It's really looking good. Still struggling with some brown patch issues out front. Every year we've had them. And this year, with all this rain we had non-stop rain for 3 months? Man, it's just tough to get rid of that brown patch. We'll have to do something. But I did want to show you something real quick now. I'm finishing up a power washer video. That's up, I think, next. Back over there we have what we call the grassy knoll, and it's just a dead area over there. Within a couple weeks, we're going to have this old falling apart fence replaced with a custom built, real nice lattice top fence. And I want to put some of that on video for you. Of course, we did the stone pavers back here too. We showed you that out front. But back on this grassy knoll, I'm gonna put a little putting green back here. I thought it'd be kind of cute. Not a real putting green, but sort of a home putting and chipping green. Figured I'd put that in. Vegetable garden is over here. It's all done, like I just showed you. Like I said, Humichar. Everyone's been wanting Humichar, screaming Humichar. I'm gonna take you up to the farm in 2 weeks, and it's a beautiful 600-acre farm, and we're gonna be doing Humichar testing on some crops up there too. We're doing corn and sunflower and different crops up there. It's a beautiful farm. I'll take you up there. You don't want to miss that video. That place is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a 200-year-old restored huge farmhouse on it. It's got about 3 other buildings on it that are just gorgeous. It's just amazing property. So hit subscribe. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be really cool. Talk to you later. Doc.